All right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Hope you guys are doing well. It is March 25th, 2019. This is the Iraq report. Let's get started. As you guys can see there, we got Maliki's in the news again. Okay. So it says close to the law, and it's talking about the construction nomination. So the Construction Alliance. Now, the Construction Alliance, I'm not sure if this is the Reform Alliance, the Reform Project Construction Alliance, or this is just the Construction Alliance. I don't know. Okay. So that would be interesting if the Reform Reconstruction Alliance is nominating Maliki, because if they're for reforms, then this is not the guy you would nominate for that position, right? And especially if you want technocrats in your parliament, in your cabinet as well, right? So construction nominates Maliki as the first deputy to the president of the republic. So it looks like the vice president position. They're trying to get him now. They're saying construction. I don't know if that is the Reform and Reconstruction Alliance or just Construction Alliance. I don't know what that is. I never heard of Construction Alliance. Okay, so it says here that March 25th, 2019, that the leaders and members of the Construction Coalition, okay, so I don't, like, once again, I don't know if that's the Reform and Reconstruction Alliance Coalition or that is something else. Okay, at their last meeting, took the decision to nominate the leader of the Coalition of State of Law, Maliki, for the post of first vice president to Saleh, of course, the president Saleh. Candidacy is not reality, is not a matter of time. Candidacy is reality. Okay. I think I said not reality. So candidacy, so his candidacy in reality is not a matter of time, but took a while. Now, remember, a couple of months ago, Maliki said that the president of Iraq, Saleh, would nominate him as the vice president, right? So, but it would just be a matter of timing, okay, for his nomination. He's waiting. He said he was waiting on his boy, from the Kurdistan region to nominate him as vice president. These guys gotta go, man. You know what I mean? If you watch the Iran prophecy video today from Benny the Full Show, or the video on Eyes Open Me, I mean on Currency 365 about the Iran prophecy and Abadi's return prophecy, then hopefully that those things start happening, because they're not trying to hide their corruption any longer. These people want to stay corrupt, and putting the most evil person as a vice president position so he can continue to keep his immunity and continue the corruption tells you a lot. If they're picking, if that council, that coalition is picking Maliki, like there's nobody else to pick, right? And that's because Maliki probably threatened them, and he probably is bribing these people to stay corrupt. Okay, so that means that we need a change, man. We need a change. We need a national emergency, and we need a change. Okay, we need people. We need these people to be ousted. Okay, so they're Iranian puppets here, and they're trying to stay corrupt. That's what they're trying to do. Because it's embarrassing to even think about bringing this man's name up in any type of position after you know what he has done to the country, unless you want to stay corrupt. Okay, so this is the pending resolution within the parliament after the direct completion of ministerial portfolios. So they're saying that the resolution within the parliament, so they're saying that they're going to try to make him the vice president after the completion of the ministerial portfolios. Why in God's green earth would the technocratic members vote him as the vice president? Well, the reason why they're bringing his name up is because I guess they're threatened by Sauder and Abadi in the body trying to remove, Abdul Mahdi and bring back a body. So they trying to get him in position to get that vice president position. So, somebody is at least in there for them. Okay. If it's not going to be Fahad, then they're gonna try to push Maliki to get a position in parliament, position in the cabinet, position somewhere, if it's not going to be Fahad. So one of these corrupt idiots need to trying desperately to get a position in the position of in the cabal parliament, right? And Fahad didn't work out for Fahad, but they're trying to push Maliki now. Okay, so they're desperate. They're desperate to get a position, because if they don't get a position, that is a break in the system, and they lose power. All right, the Iranian puppets would lose power if they don't get a position. So let's see here. All right, so they're saying that this is they're gonna vote on this on the vice president after the cabinet members are done. Okay, the completion of the ministerial portfolios. Okay, now that could be the cabinet members, or I just thought in my head something else. It could be the completion of the ministerial portfolios could also be all of the candidates that are going to try to come in as the vice president, and when they complete all of their ministerial portfolios for the position of vice president, which should have been done back in October when Abdul Mahdi started. Why are we now talking about the vice president position in March, and Abdul Mahdi's been in power since October? This something is not right here, and you guys know it. This government has deliberately done this on purpose to continue to keep themselves in delay and chaos. Okay, so we know that. So these guys need to be ousted. We're in the global reset for a reason, to oust these types of people out of there, and to for the citizens to take back their power in their land. So we're gonna have to watch and see what God does. Okay. It says dealt with the provision of alternate names in the Minister of Interior in the event of the Prime Minister to change Fahad. So so they're trying to, they're going to be changing Fahad, but they got to trying to get him in there. So they got to get one of these evil people in there. Okay, because Mary's not running for anything, and other people aren't running for anything. So it's either him or Fahad, and Fahad said he's out. So now they're going to go all in with Maliki. So watch for articles on Maliki trying to desperately get a position in Parliament for like his life is on the line. Okay, so Saleh discussed with Maliki on Sunday the current political and security developments in the country, which means when you discuss that with him, that means that you want to stay at status quo, because this Maliki has no intentions of seeing Iraq succeed. So why would you be talking to him about anything about Iraq? He wants the country to rot in hell. So why would you even care what this man has to say? So that's just ridiculous of Saleh, part of Saleh, and waste of time there for the president of Iraq. Um, and Sauter needs to move quickly. Okay, so if his plan is to remove Abdul Mahdi and bring back a body, and he needs to move quickly. He needs to move quickly, or however this situation is going to pan out, and a body returning. I don't know if that's going to be in October. We don't know if it's going to be in the next month or two. We don't know if it's going to be in April. It could be a surprise in April. It could be in surprise in June or May or July. We don't know. Okay, I know. God told Benny that it was close. It's coming. It's close, but close to God is within 6 months. So you know what I mean. I think people forget that. I think people don't realize that God sees it different than we do. So when God says close, he means 6 months, 6 to 12 months. You know what I mean? Like when God says something is coming, it's like it literally takes it's literally 3 months out, 3 years out, and he says it's coming. We're like, oh man, it's coming now, yay! And it's literally 3 to 5 years out. But to God, that's coming, because it's like it's a flash to him, right? So when he says something is short, it's usually within 6 to 12 months. Okay, so just be careful about that. When God tells you something is short or a shortcoming, it could literally be 6 to 12 months out. Okay, and you're in your mind, you're thinking it's a week or two out. Here's Fahad. Okay, so it says civil and security names to take over the position of the interior Fahad and officially away from the post. Okay, so once again, they have to tell us that Faha has moved away from the post of Interior Minister. This is about the 10th article talking about one guy removing himself from a position that he never had. Okay, it's getting embarrassing, but this is what's going on. And what they're doing is they're telling you how corrupt these people are, right? That this man has to literally tell you 10 times he's leaving a position he never had, right? So that's to tell you how corrupt they are. Because who in God's green earth would literally make statements over and over again about a position you never had? The first time you tell us that you're done in that position, we should never hear about you in that position again. But this man and the media in Iraq and the Maliki media or whatever has continued to put this man up here talking about the position he has never held in the first place and saying that, yeah, I ain't going to hold the position. Who gives a crap? Stop talking about this position because you never held the position, right? And he acting like he held the position for 18 years and he's done great things. He's never been in a position. So why is he continuing to talk about the same position he's never held? That just told you how the media and these people how corrupt they are. That's all it is. That's all they're trying to tell you. They're trying to tell you that they're very corrupt and you know and that I'm not going to be in this position. The good guys won this time, but we're going to try to get Maliki in one of those positions. Oh God, it's just ridiculous. So here's more on Baghdadi here. So the prominent leader calls for striking the neck of Baghdadi. Okay. Um, there's been a couple of articles that came out on Baghdadi lately, and it's literally been about nothing. You know what I mean? So they continue to talk about this man, and they swear that they don't know where he's at, or they maybe do know where he's at, and he's changed his look and you know all this stuff. He's maybe even wrote a book, you know, and all this stupid stuff. Like, who knows, man? I don't even want to talk about this guy, man, until they actually, you know, the Zionist media actually, you know, and the United States of America actually say that they got him. And of course, it would be a complete lie, but, you know, they got him alive or dead or whatever the case may be. And the Zionist media props it up and puts it all over the television, breaking news on Baghdadi. And we all know it's a complete lie, but they're going to do it their way, and that's it. Okay, so it is what it is. Russia is probably going to be laughing when they do this and have Baghdadi in all over television screens all over the world, and Russia's going to be sitting there laughing like the dude's been. Russia's probably going to be thinking the dude's been dead for like 2 years now, and then these guys are now going to tell the world that we got him, right? So it's embarrassing, but this is the world we live in, a world that deceives us in every aspect of our lives, from school to food, to television, to every religion, to every aspect of our lives, to the universe, to how the world is, how the earth is shaped, every aspect of our lives. These people have deceived us, and it's sickening. Okay, so and here they were trying to deceive President Trump this whole time for 2 straight years. They have tried to deceive President Trump and change people's minds about him by saying there was collusion with Russia, and we already know that wasn't true because the elites already told us that they did it on purpose. That Barack Obama had a meeting before the elections to hold a meeting and then to say that if Donald Trump somehow won, we would blame it on Russia and we would go very hard all over media. We would not stop. And so that's exactly what they did. And we can see here that Donald Trump has been cleared of all collusion uh, cases, charges, whatever, with Russia. There's no evidence, insufficient evidence and this was so. It's just that you can just tell how evil the Democratic Party is. And the fact that Donald Trump has been exonerated from all these collusion and stuff, people that are liberals and Democrats, they literally do not care. That's how brainwashed they are. They literally have seen their party try to convict and witch hunt this man, and now he's exonerated. They do not still care. That is called brainwashing. Okay, so they have no care in the world. All right. So, and they were part of it too on all over their social medias. You would see it. Get Donald Trump for his Russian collusion, and not one. I haven't seen not one of them come out and say, "I'm sorry, Donald Trump, for putting you in that situation. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what we did to you." I haven't seen not one of them come out and say that. Not one. Not one has ever even apologized. But they call themselves Christians. So do racist people, by the way. Oh boy, I tell you, you can call yourself whatever you want. I've been saying that for years. I don't care what you call yourself. It don't mean nothing. Okay. Um, President. Okay, so it says here that the Prime Minister Abdul Mahdi returns to the homeland, concluding his visit to the Arab Republic of Egypt. All right. And looks like there's some rain here. Council of Babylon disrupts Monday because of the heavy rains. Rain, floods and rains and volcano eruptions. That's what the elites said in their meeting, right? So they said that there's going to be an uptick in floods and volcanoes, eruptions, and weather. Okay, so that's what's going on. That's what we're seeing. Tomorrow, the opening of a new port era and between Iraq and Saudi Arabia with international standards. Okay, now how can this be? How can you have the opening of borders and stuff like this, and between these types of countries and ports and borders without removing the program rate off of your currency? I just don't understand how international standards and a program rate of an IQD go together. I just don't understand how that's possible in this day and age. How can something be internationally standard and you're on a program rate pretending you're under sanctions? I don't know how international standards could actually be placed on something like that. But that's what they tell us, whatever. Um, Britain to launch a promotional campaign for trade with Iraq. Okay, I'll talk about this one on the Fiat update on currency 365. The House of Representatives postponed their meeting to tomorrow, maybe because of some of the flooding and things like that. We got Speaker heads to Washington. Okay, so Halabasi is going to be coming to Washington, and he might be there today or tomorrow. Tonight into tomorrow, he should be able to be there from Iraq to Washington. All depends on if there's some delays. Usually, they usually when they're on these political planes, it's a straight shot. So I don't know. How long does it take to get from Iraq to Iraq to Washington D.C.? Maybe a 16-hour flight, 14 hours. I don't know. It's from Dubai to UK. Dubai to UK is about 8 hours, right? And then from the UK to Washington is about five. So about 13, 14 hours. All depends on how fast the flight is. It could be about 14, 15, 16 hour flight. Okay. Now, of course, if there's layovers, then it could be a very, very long flight. Because I remember taking a flight from Bahrain back to where did I go? Well, I think we stopped in Pittsburgh and then we went back. But we had a lot of layovers in Europe. We had several layovers in Greece and things like that, in Italy. But and all the whole flight was about 33 hours. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So yeah, so I don't know how long his flight is gonna be, but he should be there. He should be there tonight or tomorrow, and he's got some things he wants to ask the president. So we'll see how that plays out. And it's interesting because the president has now been exonerated, and now here comes the speaker, right? So maybe the speaker knew that the ruling was coming down soon, and he wanted to wait to that ruling, and now he's on his way. Now the president has been exonerated. Now he's on his way down there to ask some heavy questions and also about. He also said that he wanted to ask the president about the reconstruction project and his support for that as well. So we'll see how that goes. Um, this is what delays the introduction of the draft law to remove the foreign forces. Abdul Mahdi is responsible. Okay, so yesterday we talked about who is responsible. Why isn't the foreign troops law in Parliament and being voted on, right? And I said maybe Sauter is going to start speaking up some more about it this week. I wouldn't be surprised if by Wednesday that law is in Parliament. Okay. Remember, I even said maybe by Saturday, but I said that this week we're going to hear about why that law is not in Parliament and not being voted on, and somebody's going to speak up about it. And today we get that news. And I had no clue that this was even going to be possible. I'm just speaking out of my mouth. Yeah, I don't have somebody in Iraq that shows me articles day before they come out. We know what Guru does, and which is fine. That's awesome to have, by the way. I'm not taking anything from him. By the way, how is that? How is Walking Stick, by the way? You know what I mean? The last time we heard about him, he had cancer and everything like that. And how is he? I don't know anything about KTFA, so you guys need to tell me how's Walking Stick, man. Everybody was praying for him, so you know what I mean. So hopefully he's doing really well and recovering well. Okay, so this is what's going on here. Salim Hamas oh no, hold on, that's not his name. Salim Hamza, excuse me. Salim Hamza said that the project to remove the foreign troops from Iraq needs a request from the Abdul Mahdi, the prime minister, confirming the need to the of the country or not for those forces. Okay, so basically, it's going to need Abdul Mahdi to say yes, go ahead and vote on the draft law of the removal of the foreign troops. Abdul Mahdi has not given the thumbs up on that yet. Okay, so maybe Abdul Mahdi is thinking, am I gonna go through with this or not, right? And that's gonna be a difficult decision. Okay, so it says that the parliament will vote on the removal of the forces in the event of the request of the prime minister, but the prime minister has not given that ruling yet. So that's the holdup. I asked about it yesterday. Today, Iraq gave us the gave us the answer. It's Abdul Mahdi. Abdul Mahdi's holding it up. He's the one that must give the authority to go ahead and vote the foreign troops out. Okay, if he gives this authority, then that's going to open it. In my opinion, that could open the door for a body. Or if he doesn't give the authority, Sauter could then remove him and then try to get Abdul Mahdi in, and then Abdul Mahdi would then, maybe lift the value and then remove the troops. I don't know how it's going to play out, but if Abdul Mahdi does not bring this up for a vote, because Sauter is heated, right? Sauter wants this in Parliament for a vote, like yesterday, right? So if he doesn't do that, then Sauter is going to look to remove him through his new reform project, and bring back a body. So let's just see how this all plays out, guys and girls. And if I'm a body, I'm not going to remove the troops without lifting those small notes and coins. Those small notes and coins will be lifted as soon as I'm in office. weeks, right about within 4 weeks I'm in office, I'm lifting, I'm bringing out, issuing those small notes and coins. I'm lifting the purchasing power, and then we can then remove the foreign troops out the land. I'm completing the mission before the troops leave this time. And okay, that's how I would do it. And I think that's it. We're 25 minutes in, so let me wrap it up here. We will talk about this one on. I guess we can talk about it now. I don't really want to talk about this one on Currency 365. So it says here disclosure of the special mission of the Secretary General of the World Customs Organization in Iraq. So this is not the WTO. This is the World Customs Organization. Okay. Now remember, Iraq has initially announced that they were placing their, unification, standardization, international custom tariffs. And we know what happened with that. The Kurds ratted them out and said, "No, you haven't. You haven't activated it, okay? Because you're not seeing the inflation that we are. So we're going to stop it and until you guys act fully activated." So now the World Custom Organization comes in to figure out what is going on in Iraq with their customization. Okay, so maybe they can help out and give Iraq some pointers and things like that. Maybe they're gonna lead Iraq into you know what I mean? Into getting this thing done on the correct way. Okay, so that's what I'm going to say about that one. It's no surprise that the World Custom Organization has come to Iraq after the Kurds ousted Iraq out for not actually implementing it, but announcing it to the world, but not actually activating it. Okay, so now they're here. And they're going to take control, and they're going to guide Iraq to get this thing done completely in the right way. Okay, so that's it. Talk to you guys later. Like, subscribe, and share. Eyes open. Check out Benny. I did watch Benny's paid video this morning. From over the weekend, it was pretty good. And then yesterday's live video was really good about the Iran prophecy and prophet and then Abadi's prophecy from prophetess Solomon and that is going to be happening soon, and also the Iran prophecy is going to be happening soon too. As they just check out the video. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys and girls. You can check out it on Crunchy 365, the short version, or you can check out the full version of the show on Ice Open Media. All right, talk to you guys later. Catch you guys over on Crunchy 365 as I do the Fiat report. Peace out. God bless. Bye. Yeah.